And a pretty building, not terribly old and simple. This is where I entered into Burgos on the Camino de Santiago, and ironically it's right there where it says hostal that I will spend the next night, and then I'll, in another circuitous route, connect with the Camino and continue on to Rome. So far Burgos, the part that I've seen quite a bit of the central part, is a very pretty city. I don't know how long this has been in place, how much of it is euro dollars, but to live here now probably makes no difference. Some interesting art forms. And again, on the other side of the river from where I was yesterday, lovely park, esplanade area. It's a pretty little fountain. It's not operating right now. It normally doesn't, with the price of water what it is today. Interesting to take a close walkabout of this sculpture of the man and the boy. You would presume that it is a very old context, not quite Neanderthal, but maybe Homo sapien. Looking at the power in his legs, you see a lot of that kind of thing when you're hiking the trail, because you're at one point or another behind other human beings, and you notice their muscular structure of their legs. It would seem that this person had, the artist had a profound sense of sculpture, or at least seemed to. The head seems small compared, neck powerful. Some of those muscles in the arms seem truly over the top. The boy looking quite normal. Does he reflect in the artist's mind the emergence of modern man versus his father, who may be the last of the early Homo sapiens? In that context, looking at these increasingly larger graphic representations of a human, perhaps, as they get larger and larger, indicating man's emergence into what he calls the higher civilization of today. And some of the obligatory ducks that abound in these kind of human places with lots of food. We have just been inside. It's always interesting to look at the different designs that architects put on their ceilings, and to imagine how much of it was structural. A rather unique and detailed sculpture. Perhaps it's a crypt, perhaps it's a baptismal font, indicated by that basin. Here at the altar end of an aisle, just to get a closer look at this. Don't know if that's all gold paint or what. There is some paint in there. Some reds, dark blues, faded over time. or at least sullied by dirt. This all looks like it's richly carved wood, but it may be just painted cement. And perhaps a crypt of this couple and of this man lies inside this wall. This certainly looks more like an august baptismal font where you could actually plop the little kid. Excuse my irreverence. There, the organ in a rich stained glass behind it. I'm always intrigued with brass doors and seeing the two that Ghiberti did in Florence in the baptistry. I'm not sure that anything rises to the level of his fame, if not the quality of the work that he did. Outside this building, which I think is some kind of a arts building, is this pretty little park and a gazebo down there. All of this next to that very lovely developed, or undeveloped if you want to call it that, riverbed, which has the promenades on both sides, and then the pretty much natural area in the center. A very pleasant place for people to live. While I love parks in cities as an indicator of a city's soul, I particularly like parks that have lots of benches, because many cities and their parks don't have benches, or many. It's as though they want you to walk through, but please don't take time by sitting there. And always nearby cafes, and lurking in the background, the cathedral. And here at this end, a pretty little fountain pool. And somewhere further down, someone playing the accordion. And all about are these little statues of people in the old days doing what they did. Notice that lovely esplanade continues for some distance further than I will be walking today. And here the entrance we came in yesterday, the cathedral beyond. So the path I took yesterday, straight up there and up the stairs that go up where those people are walking, and then to the left puts me on the Camino de Santiago. So now I'll go in and look at the... This is right in the entrance of the cathedral, or at least the entrance for we peregrinos. It's interesting if the brick in the ceiling was intentional to be partially shown, or whether that's evidence of inevitable wear somehow on the underside of a ceiling over time. Notice the clock way up at the top. And bells on it also.